Okay, so I've got a question. How on earth am I supposed to film this entire video with half a pack of Oreos? Tell me, how? How? Might have to go to the shop. Hey guys, welcome to my studio. I hope you're good. Today, what are we going to do? I'm distracted by how kind of Christmassy I look with the red. I mean, does anything you wear at this time of year that's red immediately mean it's Christmas? You know what? Yeah, I think it does. Back to what we were going to do. We are gonna rebrand some Oreos. Now, I like Oreos. Who doesn't? Actually, who doesn't like Oreos? Do you like Oreos or not? Write in the comments down below if you feel like it. But yeah, there are so many flavours now. There are hundreds. I mean, and it tends to be in America that these are known. I'm in the UK and we do have a few like new ones on the shelves. These are the ones I recognise. But yeah, you can't really get them all. And I mean, I've seen in a few other videos that you can get Oreos like by the bulk. Like so many Oreos. But anyway, I haven't seen them all. But I definitely probably will have done by the end of this video. So I didn't actually, I mean, this is so embarrassing. Didn't really have my first Oreo until I was about 20 when I was at uni. But I don't know. And even in the Parent Trap when they're on about like Oreos and peanut butter. No idea what Oreos were. I just kind of went with it. Was it Oreos with peanut butter? I don't even know. So anyway, I really like the packaging of Oreos. And so I got hungry while waiting for this video. Like they've been sat here for a while. It's December and these are spooky Oreos. So if you can see them, yeah. Camera. Yeah, they're spooky Oreos. But anyway, you get my drift. Halloween plus Oreos equals these or some different kind. So I am going to kind of go Halloween. Wait, no, I'm not going to do Halloween. Was going to do Halloween. Ran out of time. So I am going to do Halloween. Nate, why can't I stop saying Halloween? So I'm going to do Christmas plus Oreos equals... and basically have a fun play around with flavours. And obviously I'm not actually making Oreos. I mean, did you see that thing on wherever it was that they tried to remake Oreos, and even professional chefs found it really hard. So maybe in a future video I'll do some baking. You'll have to wait and see. Anyway, yeah. And I'm sure the flavour that I will try and draw will already exist, but that's fine. It's fun. My drawing of it won't exist, so that's fine. So if you understood any of that, I'm going to get my iPad, my Apple Pencil, and I'm going to draw some Christmassy themed Oreos. I mean, I could have said that, couldn't I, really? Let's go, let's do it. Let's get sketching. So when I started sketching, I literally was trying to think what would Christmas and Oreo be like put together. Anyway, I went for the candy cane flavoured Oreos because silly me thought that they wouldn't exist. I mean, I could have done Christmas cake Oreos, or I mean, do they even exist? I don't even know. I did decide to focus on kind of the tube packaging because I am in the UK and this is just the packaging I know. I made a doodle of the America packaging because silly me thought I'd also have time to do two, which I did not. So I really wasn't sure about what direction to go here and what kind of Oreos, well, what flavour Oreos I should do. But here I was going for the idea of like, I mean, I've even written it there for you guys. So milk and cookies, and the idea of putting out milk and cookies. As you can see, my overall idea is that the characters are smaller and the Oreos are bigger. I don't know why. I think this is just a design idea so that the Oreos are kind of the most important thing. I mean, the whole video is about Oreos. So it's probably really important that they are the most important thing. So big camera's taking a little nap, but I've got my sketch and I've got 2 ideas this time. I mean, apparently Christmas, I come up with lots of ideas. So I've got a candy cane one, which are like candy cane Oreos, and obviously for that there's going to be a lot of whites and reds, which that does sound so fun. And also milk and cookie Oreos, which like kind of like for Santa, because you know you leave milk and cookies out, and obviously also a carrot. So anyway, I googled these options because I wanted to see if they existed, because obviously so many flavours exist, and they actually do already. There is already a candy cane Oreo. Like, can you even believe it? Have you tried it? Let me know. I haven't. Can't even get it here. So yeah, but I'm not sure what one I'm going to do. They're kind of obviously the same general idea of having the packet with the little characters doing something, and the idea that the packet is obviously quite large because it's the main focus of the illustration. I know candy cane ones are around, but do you know what? I think I'm going to draw that one anyway, because I just really like the colour palette of that one with the obviously the red and the white. But yeah, if you wanted me to do the other one, write down in the comments and maybe I'll do it in a short or something, because I've got the sketch already. Definitely got carried away sketching this one. So let's do it. Let's get colouring. So when it came to colouring this, I actually, after I colour roughed it on my iPad, which I've just shown you there, decided to actually paint this and go quite traditional route. But I wanted to combine the ideas, so I wanted to create the shapes and the background kind of elements and get the lovely richness of colours and the textures from the paper. Because even though you can't see it here, I'm using a really textured watercolour paper. So yeah, my head's in the way. But I was inside, I wasn't in my normal studio, and I kind of got the kids involved painting because it is the Christmas holidays. And if you're new here, my background is actually traditional painting. This is literally everything I did in uni. But I have now been a professional illustrator for about a long time, many years, and I always use digital, which I'm really trying to get back to my traditional roots and experiment a bit more. I think that's why I did decide to do this. But yeah, I really like the idea of sort of working together and letting them both shine. Okay, I just have to say this. Who else was really nervous about that cup of tea right there? You can see I've moved it now, but oh my goodness, the amount of times I have in the past used my tea as a paintbrush water. Not on purpose. It's just a cup. Oh no, wait, it's back. Okay. It's bound to happen or almost happen a couple of times, but this is sped up so you don't see me doing it. But yeah. I mean, if you are a traditional artist, please tell me you do this too. And I've not just entirely lost the plot, but they do actually sell cups that say this is not paint water and cups that say this is paint water. So, you know, it clearly is a problem. Anyway, can we take a moment to appreciate the transition of me getting that Oreo? Because I think that was quite good. Anywho, I don't really know why I'm showing you this out of focus Oreo. Oh, wait a minute. Anyway, back to my point, yeah. It's not even got the traditional Oreo pattern on it, but it's the only Oreo that I had. And do you know how hard it is to get the right colour of the Oreo? Because they're not black, but they're not brown. So you've really got to create a mismatch of colours and hope for the best that it is gonna match up and line up. And this is why I kept the Oreo next to it, so I could kind of see that I was along the right lines. Yes, I did just take a bite of that Oreo. Anyway, I made sure to make sure. yeah, that makes sense, that I had extra as opposed to what I would need. Obviously, this is kind of like the idea is that I'm gonna do a collage of this to make up my illustration, but I will be doing this digitally so I can overlay the pictures and yeah, colour on top of it and kind of do my tweaks and basically what I'm most comfortable with. But yeah, I find the key to doing this technique, I mean, if you did want to do it, is to always have more and paint more things than you think you would. And maybe the things that you didn't think you were going to use, you're going to use. So yeah, just paint and enjoy, really. Even though you can't really see it, I did make sure to keep referring back to my iPad because this obviously had the colour off on it and the colour scheme. So I knew what I was doing because I didn't want to, Because again, I didn't want to have or not have the colours that I needed to make the image. I mean, it wasn't really going to be too much of a problem because I could have just done it digitally, but that wasn't the point. I really wanted to try and get my traditional kind of skills back. I mean, maybe it's like riding a bike and you kind of don't forget how to paint, but yeah. So here are the images that I came up with, and I made sure to take decent-ish photos. I mean, you can see I kind of cut off the top of the image, but I needed the clear photos and I really wanted to get that texture in there so that when I put it onto my iPad, I could use the textures again, basically. So after I had imported the images onto the iPad, it was really a kind of game of cutting and pasting them across. But before that, I actually had to paint the characters' faces because, as I said before, once you kind of put the stuff across, and if you've forgotten bits, then you don't have it, and I forgot to paint the faces. So let's just watch me do that for a minute. So I may or may not have forgot to screen record me kind of importing everything and moving things about and putting it in the rough spot, but you have got me adjusting all the shapes and moving it and making it match up to my sketch and to create the final illustration. So, you've probably got the best thing, really. I have to say, I love the texture of the watercolour and the watercolour paper because you can really see it here. I mean, you couldn't really see when I was painting it just because of the camera and the whole settings and exposure thing. But now I've photographed it and imported it, you really can see that painted texture, and that is what I really want to keep. And I do think it works well with me kind of scribbling over the top, because that is what I do, and that if I was doing it traditionally, I would be doing that with pencils anyway. And here I'm just putting on the main detail of the Oreo, because I mean, have you even looked really closely at an Oreo? Like, they've got such beautiful details. And actually, I was Googling it, and then, I mean, I do love a Google, but there's actually a whole story behind why the pattern looks the way the pattern looks. I'll have to see if I can find it and pop it on the screen for you to read, maybe, if you're interested. If you're not, that's fine. It's a lovely pattern, and it was so hard to draw, but I really did want to keep that of the Oreo kind of so it was recognisable. So then it was time for the finishing touches, and if I haven't actually mentioned it, which I don't think I have, The whole idea for this candy cane scene is like a lovely wintry wonderland with almost gingerbread houses, but instead they're Oreo houses. I mean, it made sense in my head. So yeah, I had to put like little footprints in the snow, and obviously these characters are carrying an Oreo, but the Oreo is wrapped up because, you know, it's the holidays, and why not? I mean, I did actually get Oreos for Christmas. I kind of always do, really. But they're the festive ones, or yeah, I get Oreos for Christmas. So this makes sense to me. Also, I do have to say, when it came to the colour palette, I really wanted to keep that. I mean, let's face it, it's iconic. The iconic blue of Oreos. But where I'm putting my own twist, I did decide to go for red as the main colour for the tube, the packaging, because yeah, why not? But I kept the blue in like the hints of stars and in the clothes, and obviously the big present bow, because it's really important, and as I said, iconic. I cannot believe what we came up with. I really enjoyed it, and I only wish I could have got hold of some candy cane Oreos for myself here to try. Never tried them, but if you've ever tried them, please let me know how they taste. I'm guessing minty or pepperminty. Do you know what? I don't actually like candy canes. Maybe I should have done the cookie video. It would have been really nice to see the bigger packaging as well, as all we get in the UK is, I mean, I say in the UK, I'm on the Isle of Wight, the little town. There's probably a whole Oreo shop that I don't know about. But yeah, we get the single ones, the tube ones kind of thing. So I would love to get the whole bigger packaging. Like, why am I doing this? Anyway, it really goes to show you really can find inspiration from anywhere. It's been so much fun, and I really love kind of working on branding and characters for that brand, and again, sticking to a limited colour palette. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! I really want some Oreos. I think I need to go to the shop. Yeah, I'm going to go to the shop. Bye! Come back. I am gonna do tired. So here's a video that YouTube thinks you'll like, and here's a video that I think you'll like. Enjoy.